Government unveils Republic Jubilee stamps and golden medallion. Brand new asphalt plant nearing completion. Family of accident victim demands justice. In the region, residents of Rio fear rise in criminal mafia. And internationally, China deploys state surveillance to track coronavirus. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am George Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. Following the success of the first transition camp, the Ministry of Education is planning to host a second camp this year. The camp is a part of a one-year transition program specifically designed for students who did not gain placement at a secondary school at the National Grade 6 Assessment Examination. Areas that the camp and transition program focus on include English, mathematics, spelling, reading, phonics, social studies, physical education, and the arts. After completing the one-year transition program, students transition into secondary school and can complete their secondary education in 6 years, including the transition period as compared to the 5-year average. Last night, the government unveiled 4 stamps and a golden medallion in honor of Guyana's Republic Jubilee celebration. Bibi Bacchus brings us that story.
Last evening, the Ministry of Public Telecommunications and the Ministry of Natural Resources unveiled the 50th Republic Anniversary commemorative stamps and gold medallion. There are 4 stamps, each carrying their own illustration. The ceremonial mace, a reminder of our colonial past. The Liza Destiny, symbolizing our promising new future as an oil-producing nation. Faces of our peoples during Mashramani celebrations calls to mind our 50 years as a republic, and elements that promote the growth of our mining industry through sustainable practices. Addressing the audience at the unveiling ceremony, President David Granger said, "The act of becoming a republic allowed Guyana to exercise sovereignty over its own natural resources and to develop its own national symbols, including honors and awards, and with them our priceless national pride that is part of our Guyanese-ness." The head of state also noted that commemorative stamps celebrate Guyana's national heritage. During her remarks, Public Telecommunications Minister Catherine Hughes recognized the importance of commemorative stamps as it relates to the preservation of our culture. While unveiling the golden medallion, which is valued at $500,000, Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman noted that it was quite fitting that gold mining is being honored in Guyana, given its impact on our nation's economy and history. Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. A roadblock exercise at the number 51 police station had successfully netted alleged members of a criminal gang in Berbice. During a search of their car, pieces of dark clothing along with face masks and other items were discovered. After further search and questioning, officers at the scene had reason to believe that the 4 men in the vehicle were in fact members of an armed gang which robbed several businesses and residents in the quarantine and in East Kanji in recent months. The alleged gang members confessed to a series of robberies, including one committed at the Western Union outlet of Betsy Ground, Chenik and Sons Supermarket, and one at John Settlement. They also confessed to possessing an assault rifle they used to commit some of the robberies. Following the search, the men took the investigators to a location where they had buried a handgun. Coming up after the break, state-of-the-art asphalt plant nearing completion, and family of accident victim demands justice.
President Granger's 5Bs initiative has served as a support for our children's access to education.
Free transportation for school kids, and also secure a job for myself and hope for our future.
The most valuable gift we can give our children is the gift of knowledge.
That was a paid political ad.
Voting by proxy. Any voter who is unable to personally vote on election day can apply to vote by proxy, providing that he or she would be on duty because he or she is a member of the disciplined services, connected with the election as assigned by the returning officer, engaged in the running of a vessel for the Transport and Harbors Department on elections day, a duly appointed candidate at the election, and would be away from where he or she is registered to vote on election day. Voters who are blind or otherwise physically incapacitated can also vote by proxy. Application to vote by proxy can be uplifted from the returning officer for the electoral district in which the application is being made from the 14th to the 21st of February 2020. Applications must be submitted to the returning officer no later than the 21st of February 2020. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-027729 or 223-9653. Visit the GCOM website at gcom.org.gy, email pro@gcom.org.gy, or visit the nearest GCOM office.
In 2015, David Granger promised the youths jobs.
I promise you jobs. Not some airy jobs about cleaning gutters and so on. Nothing is wrong with cleaning gutters.
For example, there are a lot of fish and chip shops now. You can sell cassava chips or sweet potato chips. You can sell cocoa rice. No prospect, or there's no possibility that the government could simply start to employ young people.
The 2017 statistics reports shows the number of unemployed youths increased to 17,058 persons. 30,000 jobs were lost.
The first plan is to provide jobs for our young people. JOBS.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Hello, I am Dr. Kaushalya Prasad. I'm a member of the URP, the United Republican Party. I want to encourage all of you to vote for the United Republican Party for both general and regional. Vote for the cow's head to make real change.
Welcome back. Guyana will soon have a new asphalt plant on the east bank of Demerara. When completed, the state-of-the-art facility promises to allow the fast and cheaper construction of new roads across the nation. The Eco 2000 batch mix asphalt plant is nearing completion. Works commenced on the installation of the plant on January 7, 2020. It is being set up by a team of 25 persons, inclusive of 23 local Demerara Harbor Bridge staff and 2 German technicians. According to the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, the mechanical installation of the plant is currently about 98% complete, while the electrical aspect is approximately 80% complete. Yesterday, the Minister of Public Infrastructure, David Patterson, visited the construction site in Garden of Eden, East Bank, Demerara. During the tour, Minister Patterson lauded the work that has been done thus far on the plant. The present asphalt plant only has the capacity to produce 30 tons of material per hour. It does so with the use of bitumen, sand, stone, and sifting. When completed, the new asphalt plant will be able to produce 160 tons of material per hour. The state-of-the-art machinery will also be able to use plastic bags and bottles as well as used tires to make asphalt. The Ministry of Public Infrastructure says that this method is cheaper, more durable, and more time-efficient than current means, thus likely translating to roads being built faster in Guyana. The family of accident victim Calvin Nichols are calling for police to do a proper investigation into the accident that led to his death on Sunday. Esther Sobers spoke to the grieving family and filed this report.
The family members of the late 26-year-old Calvin Nichols are calling on the police to conduct a proper investigation into the accident on Sunday at the Diamond Access Road, East Bangdarara, that claimed Nichols' life. They dismissed the statement regarding the accident after they learned that the driver of the car, who was also involved in the accident, was not charged. They also asked as to why the surviving pillion rider, Latoya Knowles, also has not given a statement to the police. On Tuesday, family members gathered at the deceased residence in Caneville, East Bangdarara.
The whatever statement that they give there is not statement that they get from the pillion rider was on the bike. This is my cousin. They have to come and get statement from she before they put up anything like what they do there. Right? So this is why I get for saying now I want the police to get more in this investigation. Find out properly what go on here, because it's not me brother accident that ride into this. It's not fault really that caused this thing. The car man have to get some part in it too. Because to what they hear, they said they take information from the car man that is he riding. They may come and get nothing from the pillar rider for know what really transact. They just take message from he and this is it.
The mother of the injured rider was also present at the home.
We hope he will be charged. Right? That we hope so. I don't know. Yes, I hope so. I just got it. Should.
Randy added that he was disgusted by the fact that rather than rendering assistance, onlookers stole his deceased brother's valuables and money.
When we reached at the hospital, we searching for his phone and his chain. There was nowhere to be found. So he had money in the pocket. Yes, he had the money in the pocket, but his phone wasn't found, nor his chain, his gold chain. And all the money wasn't there in the either. So I don't understand how people now can see accident like that and thief and stuff from it. Before they help or try to get this life saved, they stand there videoing, thieving from me before they try to help him up.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. After the break, we have your regional and international news.
We have some big plans for Guyana.
Reversing adverse policies.
Lowering the tax burden and reducing the cost of living. Creating jobs.
Expanding infrastructure.
Protecting workers.
Ensuring better pay for workers.
Equality for all our people.
All proceeds benefiting all.
Strengthening our rights and democratic institutions.
Taking care of the hinterland and indigenous communities.
Safety in your homes and on our streets.
World-class education. Making sure medicines are available when you need them.
And transforming people's lives.
We have some big plans for Guyana, and we are ready to serve.
I got a real problem, buddy. I would really like to vote in election day, but I work in 12 hours a day from 6 in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, Monday to Friday.
I got a similar problem, buddy. I registered for vote in Kitty where I live by walking till up Linden. I only get Saturday off, and Sunday I gotta go back cause Monday's work.
You know, truly speaking, the hours you work and the place where you work shouldn't prevent you from voting.
Really? How come?
The law makes it absolutely clear that employers must give their employees time off to vote. So all you need to do is to inform your employer that you need time off to exercise your constitutional right to vote.
For real? That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Me too, buddy. I'm making sure I vote on this election.
Yeah, man.
For more information, contact the GCOM on 2250-27729, 2266-557, 2239-650, or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Things really moving fast in Guyana, and we all got to keep up. In 2015, I didn't even get to vote because I was in the bush. And my boss man did everything to make sure I couldn't come out in time for elections day. I couldn't even get somebody to vote me by proxy. This year, I take in charge. I am voting because it is my right, and I want to have my say for Guyana's future. March 2nd, I am ready.
I'm David Granger, and I approve this message.
That was a paid political ad.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babe? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Change means better accountability.
Change means better education for our children.
Change means progress.
Change means more job creation.
Change means more progress.
Change means dedication. Change means better lifestyle for all Guyanese.
Change means better healthcare.
Change means a better environment.
Right choice, right now. Right choice, right now.
Welcome back. BB Bacchus brings us your regional and international headlines of the day.
Greetings to all our viewers. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago Minister of Education Anthony Garcia says students need to be encouraged to spend time away from computer screens and be encouraged to play. Garcia made the comment as his ministry issued a warning last Saturday about a dangerous internet game challenge that is increasing in popularity at schools throughout the Twin Island Republic. In the statement, the ministry described the Jump Trip Challenge as one in which 3 individuals in a line attempt to jump, but the unsuspecting middle person is tripped. The challenge, also referred to as the Trip and Jump Challenge or the Skull Breaker Challenge, has already resulted in one student sustaining a broken arm. The ministry has indicated that Student Support Service Division will be making interventions across schools to caution students on the dangers of many of these internet challenges that have been gaining popularity. In Brazil's Rio de Janeiro, a mafia-like organization known as the militia have become even more feared for their violence and control of the city than its notorious drug gang. Al Jazeera's John Horman reports.
A gunfight in Rio de Janeiro, reportedly between drug traffickers and another force in the city, one that many might not have heard of. They're known as the militia. They've been quietly expanding the areas they control to cover 2 million of Rio's inhabitants. They're said to be made up mainly of retired or off-duty police officers, soldiers and firefighters. It all started as an attempt to protect their neighbourhoods from criminal gangs, but many say they've since become a mafia who control almost everything in their zone.
They can sell you water and they can sell you a murder. You have a lot of options. And for these days, militia is also selling drugs.
Experts say they've even got into real estate, illegally developing land. When 2 buildings collapsed last year in a militia-controlled neighbourhood, 24 people died. But despite their grip on parts of the city, authorities have been reticent to speak about them. This area is notorious for being run by the militia, and the only reason that we're able to be here safely is that the Rio de Janeiro Governor Wilson Witzel just came here to give a speech about security. But in that speech, he didn't mention the militia once. Even though everyone we talked to said they're more dangerous than the drug gangs now.
Someone it's extorting you. Who you could call? Because they are the police.
But one crime linked to militia members nearly 2 years ago demanded investigation. This was the question that really shone a spotlight on the militia. Who ordered the killing of this woman, Marielle Franco? She was a Rio de Janeiro councilwoman who fought for the city's minorities. And when she was gunned down right here, the investigation focused on some of the most notorious militia figures in the city. The suspects appeared to have links up the political ladder. This Facebook pictures one of them with Brazil's current president, Jair Bolsonaro. An operation to detain targets in the Franco case was called Untouchables. Prosecutor Simone Sibilio headed it.
These people need to be taken out of action. They have to realize that the monopoly of power, the monopoly of force, is only in the hands of the state.
In an Al Jazeera interview last year, she described a militia leader under suspicion, ex-Special Forces policeman Adriano Magalhães.
When you talk about Captain Adriano, criminals are actually afraid of him because they know how much power he has, not just in terms of firepower.
It was hoped he might be able to reveal who ordered Marielle's killing. Instead, he was shot dead by police at the beginning of this month. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.
And internationally, China is deploying its mass surveillance system in an effort to combat the spread of coronavirus. As millions return to major cities and resume work, they will be subject to unprecedented monitoring. Al Jazeera's Katrina Yu reports.
One glance is all that's needed to enter Zhengzhou's subway system. The city is the first in China to set up facial recognition gates in all of its underground stations. The government says it's about customer convenience.
This is especially handy for people who carry a lot of heavy bags, or the people who don't have a cash or their smartphones have run out of battery. These problems could be solved by facial recognition.
Now, facial recognition cameras are being used alongside infrared temperature scanners to help contain the spread of coronavirus. In the city of Hangzhou, a man was reprimanded after facial recognition cameras filmed him leaving his home before completing 2 weeks of self-quarantine. High-tech surveillance cameras allow authorities to access a citizen's travel history. There are more of these in China than in any other country in the world, an estimated 350 million, roughly 1 for every 4 people.
For now, most commuters in Zhengzhou are using payment cards or mobile phone apps on public transport, but analysts say it won't be long before their faces are the only ticket they need.
The technology is part of the government's nationwide plan to boost security and surveillance. Cameras will be linked to phone and other personal data, making it easier for police to identify and monitor citizens than ever before. For some, the benefits are clear.
I heard about facial recognition recently. It's new and seems very convenient to use.
But others are wary of how their information will be used.
Nowadays, the leaking of private information is common, and the problem is very serious. It's something I'm afraid of.
Facial recognition is used to name and shame minor offenders, such as pedestrians who ignore traffic lights. But the government says it's crucial for catching criminals, and everyone with nothing to hide has nothing to fear.
The positive aspect is because people are now living under the spotlight. They will be more careful with their behavior. But of course, there is a risk privacy is violated and information being abused.
In Xinjiang, human rights groups say Muslims from the Uyghur minority are being monitored and imprisoned using the vast digital surveillance network, one which several US technology companies have helped build. In Zhengzhou, people can so far choose whether to use facial recognition gates. But soon, there may be no way out.
That's it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Phoebe. That is all for this edition of Headline. Tune in Wednesday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, or visit our website at headlinenewsguyana.com for more news. Until then, take care.